Which is a nice segue to your
My current work.
your current work,
Yeah.
which is installation called Lost LES, Lost Lower East Side, where you live now.
Yeah.
And basically, if you want to talk a little bit about that, I mean, because it's using kind of the camera obscura technique is largely informing you or informing the space. But if and it's at a tiny sandwich shop.
Yeah, it's a friend of mine runs a restaurant called Tiny's Giant Sandwich Shop. And the restaurant is on a street corner, so the two outside walls of the space are all glass. And it creates this great little jewel box of a restaurant where from the outside you can look in and you see this neat little sandwich shop, but from the inside you have these front row seats to watch all the action on the street.
Sure, very cool.
So it's a great play on space inside and outside. It's a hot little corner in the Lower East Side, so in the summertime it's very vibrant. And I was compelled to work on the project because I've been in the neighborhood for 12 years. It's a historical neighborhood. It's iconic. It's always been known for, art and creativity and revolutionary minds. So my friend gave me this opportunity to design an installation. And the basic premise is I've taken a photograph of an old tenement building, and we're going to project it into the room on the walls and the ceiling and let it kind of streak across the space, bend and distort as the surfaces allow it. And then I'm going in with a staff of painters, and we're painting it like an old street mural, kind of graffiti artist style. So it plays on community, it plays on bringing in local painters, local material sponsors that I've brought on board. But from an artistic standpoint, it's really transforming this restaurant into a reflection of the old Lower East Side and a celebration of it through the architecture.
Very cool, very cool. And that's going, opening June 5th.
It opens June 5th. There'll be a big celebration, and then it will be on display for 4 months through September.
Oh, great.
When Tiny's is celebrating its 10th anniversary. Okay. So Tiny's as a restaurant and institution has been around as long as I have. So it's a great kind of nice, coming together collaboration.
Together, yeah, exactly. And so you're going to be bringing in area artists to help paint and help define the piece a bit,
exactly.
and give it some, give it some, its life and your vision, And how are you finding the artists?
They're painters that I've worked with over the years.
Okay.
They're locals to the neighborhood, but they, like me, have worked through theater and film and television and other installations. So, I basically have brought in colleagues and friends to be involved in the project who feel similarly about this opportunity to celebrate the neighborhood.
Wow, that's beautiful.
It's
nice.
becoming, again, it's a little bit of a bully pulpit, but it's an opportunity for me to do my work, but it's also because I've come out of all these collaborative art forms. The premise is, here's another opportunity to bring the community together.
Yeah, and then the beauty of that is then it does also transcend community and neighborhood, which it helps, this is helping define it and remind people of it. But at the same time, you get to also have a larger stage for
Exactly,
a bigger...
and also it's exciting because it's my first solo work.
Yeah, sure, of
I've
course.
never really before conceived of an idea on a project and then produced it myself in collaboration with other partners. But the opportunity now, I'm really inspired by this chance to conceive of an idea in a project and run it to the finish line. And kind of, once I've designed it, implement all the execution and find all the partners and the colleagues and the collaborators and fundraise, do the press, do the advertising. So I feel like it's a turning point. It's kind of like, this is the beginning of the next chapter for me. And I'm excited to feel like the seal is broken, and I could certainly bring this experience on to larger scale projects.
Very cool, very cool. And so, what was the motivation for the theme, the narrative? I mean, aside from like celebrating the neighborhood, celebrating the community and stuff, did you work on your friend that owns the shop, or did you?
No, I didn't. I've known I've gone there for a few years, so we're long-term friends, and I feel like what it was an opportunity for me to give back to the neighborhood.
Okay.
So out of the fundraising, a portion of it is going to be donated to the Henry Street Settlement, the Abrams Arts Center, which is one of the oldest charities in the neighborhood. So I'm aligning with them. I'm aligning with the Green Depot, which is a store on the Bowery, which sells sustainable, eco-friendly goods. They're donating a lot of the paint supplies. So in a way, for me my friend said, "Here, take my space, design an installation."
Did you approach him about doing it, or was it kind of just talking?
It was chit-chat at a bar.
Sure.
And I'm very kind of, creating ideas is really easy for me. I have a very visceral response to space as a narrative tool. So the opportunity, he said, here, have the space, use the space for this. So I came up with the ideas immediately in a way, and as I started to sketch and draw and flesh out what the graphics were, that's where it settled in my mind in terms of the resonance for the whole community.
Well, and a lot, and this is kind of off the subject a bit, but a lot of your work, you still sketch.
Yeah.
And then you do a lot of renderings, like 3D renderings.
Exactly.
So is that where a lot of your plans come to form and come to shape?
I think so. It's also because I think so sculpturally and architecturally, as opposed to painterly and two-dimensionally.
Yeah, sure.
It's just the kind of ground, the foundation of a lot of my work. I always think sculpturally.
Yeah, which set design gives you a good, a healthy dose of both.
Absolutely.
I mean, the 2D and then pushing the 3D into like more your environmental and spatial design.
Exactly. As the sun comes out.
So that's your big project at the moment.
Yeah.
This Lost LES piece, and gonna be running for 4 months on the Lower East Side. And
Tiny's Giant Sandwich Shop is on Rivington and Stanton. Rivington and Norfolk Streets.
Okay, very cool.
For reference.
Very cool.
Everybody should come on June 5th is the opening, and there'll be celebrations all summer long.
Awesome. Well, and this is Michael Brown, Lot 71, and I want to thank you.
Thank you.
We're both Justin, who's running the camera today, and myself, and the rest of Design Smoke, big fans of the work you do. Very beautiful, very progressive and vital. It's actually very forward-thinking, and it's I think as we've gotten to develop a bit of a dialogue between each other. It's very nice. It's very nice to see the work you do, and especially that you get to do this installation piece.
Yeah.
But I like I like your mission. I like your mission statement. I like what you're going for, and I wish you the best of luck, of course.
Thank you very much.
And once again, Michael Brown, Lot 71, and thank you for tuning into Design Smoke, and we'll see you later.
Take care.